Alrighty then. Oh boy. That's a nice zero lander. Shipping that. That's better. Much better. Me up against Jund. Ooh, that's a blood artist. Alright, just lead on the Sia. This hand's pretty sweet, actually. Got a blood artist. If we draw lands, it's super sweet. Because then we can play pawn, which makes more lands, and just gets all crazy. Is he going to bolt our seer? Oh. Alright. Well, this seems like an interesting matchup for Living End. Especially if we draw lands. Return to the ranks. Alright. Well, we'll play Blood Artist. We're probably going to have to sack this Blood Artist to search for a land. Because that's kind of our plan against this deck. Is going to be to sack things and put them in the graveyard. But to do that, we are going to need a third land to play our stuff. And there's one. Alright. Now I feel better. Wouldn't have minded a white source, but now do we want Messenger or Pawn? I think we'll just go with Messenger. We might be able to get our opponent to the point where they really just can't Living End. Because we are filling our graveyard too. Like, we are also a graveyard deck. Yep, search that overgrown tomb. I think we're almost to the point already where our opponent just can't Living End. We can sack Messenger for 2, sack the rest of our stuff, get back Blood Artist, Messengers 2 more, 4 more actually, puts them to 6. So they can just barely, but once we get the Pawn of Ulamog out there, our opponent's going for it right now. Demonic Dread. Alright, so they're cascading into Living End. So we will sack our Messenger. We get to scry. Messenger comes back. Deals 2 damage. What are we looking for? I don't think another pawn. And then we get to sack our Messenger. Seriously? They're all on top? Sack our Vasira Seer. Also don't need the rally. Alright, our opponent gets back a bunch of stuff. Gets to Living End. We also get back all our stuff. Messenger deals 2 more. I think if we just play... If our stuff lives and we play pawn, I think we might just win. I think we can combo them out. Yep, looks like. So Swamp. Pawn of Ulamog. So we get to sack Messenger, which is going to get us a token. Drain for 1. And Messenger comes back. Scrying, sure, we'll leave that on top. Then we get to sack the token, which drains for 1. Sure. Sack Messenger. Pawn of Ulamog, I think, is the big revelation for this deck. Like, it makes our combo just so much more effective. Like, we don't need as many creatures to pull off the kill, because every creature we sack is basically 2 creatures, because we get the Eldrazi spawn token. So, pretty sweet. Oh, this one I think we, if anything, maybe we get rid of our Dismembers and bring in Vampire Nighthawks and just play... We might even get rid of Return to the Ranks. Like, they're helping us put our creatures back in. So we just play creatures, hopefully have a sack outlet to fill our graveyard, and win that way. Seems like a really good matchup for us. Alright. Game 2. This'll do. Not great, but reasonable. If we get another land for our pawn, it'll be better. But thankfully, we can sack our seers to find lands. Gatekeeper. Alright, Seer. Ship the turn. We also don't have our Blood Artist or Highborn. Makes comboing a little trickier. We do have 2 return to the ranks, though, which is sweet. I don't think we need to sacrifice yet. This turn we probably will. Alright, we'll just play a Gatekeeper of Malakar. Pass the turn back. Clicking too quick. Should have had a damage there. We'll see. If we lose by 1 damage. If our opponent just does it right now, how bad is that for us? They get 3 big things. We can scry, theoretically find a land. We're going to scry to find a land anyway. I like Bloodthrone Vampire, but we really need to find a land. There's a swamp. Alright, so we'll play another Viscera Seer. Now we just kind of want white mana, or a Highborn, or Blood Artist. Opponent might be thinking of Beast Within on one of our lands. Fortunately, since I had to sack that Seer, we couldn't play our Pawn of Ulamog. Alright, they're going to just Cascade right now. So we'll sack our Seer. So we get everything back. There's a white source. We'll keep that. So our opponent cascades into Living End. Everything comes back from the graveyard. They cycle Street Wraith in response. Ho 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 ho! And they had Macabre. Well, that is a way we can lose this matchup. Now I think we lose. Fairy Macabre, eh? Wasn't expecting that. Do we want to try to fight over their combo? That is the question. I mean, we could bring in Duresses to try to keep them from comboing off. Fairy Macabre is scary. Maybe we cut a couple return to the ranks for a couple Duresses. Try it like that. Alright, we're on the play, which hopefully is good. This hand's pretty sweet. I like this hand. Seer into Highborn with Gatekeeper back up. Alright, Seer to lead things off. Ooh, and Messenger too. Spicy. Alright, we'll get in with the Seer for 1. Play a Highborn. Pass the turn. We're actually going to have a question as to whether... we can play a Messenger, which is sweet, but also doesn't allow us to trigger Highborn. Or we can play a Gatekeeper and have Highborn available. I think we're just going to play Messenger, though. Attack with everything. The Fairy's still bad for us if they have that combo. Gatekeeper's good, but it's a lot to slug through multiple creatures. Asking a lot of our Gatekeeper. I think if they don't have Fairy Macabre, then we have it. If they do have Fairy Macabre, things are a lot more questionable. Alright, Messenger dies, comes back. We get to scry. Do we want a swamp? I don't think we need a swamp now. Sack Messenger. We might want Blood Artist. I think we gotta try to keep it. If we get caught by Fairy Macabre, that is pretty crappy, but there's not much we can do about it. I think we still want it. Alright, that's fine. We didn't get caught by the Macabre, which means I think we can win next turn, potentially. Should be able to. Yeah, we definitely can, because we can get a Highborn trigger too. One Highborn trigger. Whoa. What? Didn't we leave a Blood Artist on top of our deck? Oh. Architects at will. Gotcha. Well, I guess that means we just go on the Gatekeeper plan. Gatekeeper with Kicker, targeting our opponent, sacking something, and then I guess we just pass the turn. Opponent's going to attack. We'll just block with Messenger and sack Messenger. We got there. Yep. Yeah, it seems like a tough matchup for them. They have Fairy Macabre, but other than that, not an easy win for Living End against our deck. Sweet. Well, we are still winning. I will take it. All right, I'll be back.